everybody. Thank you so much for watching Where with Sim again. Hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the wind event that's unfolding this morning. And the wind gusts didn't get up to 60 miles per hour yet, but they will get close to that. They will mainly be staying in the 50s at the most, but no 60 mile per hour wind gusts are expected from what I saw with the windy app. So we'll have to keep watching, but if we look right now, we actually are seeing this marginal risk continue into a little bit of today. I just wanted to show you guys that yesterday we did have another slight risk down here in the Panhandle of Florida. So if you guys did see any tornadoes down there, I guess you guys can let me know in the description. Like, you guys can probably send some photos and stuff down below in the comments if you guys want. But if you guys didn't see any tornadoes yesterday or the day before, you guys can just send me some about any of the tornadoes that you saw. And I mean, it's fine if you didn't see any, but if you guys did see any tornadoes, you can let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys the excessive rainfall outlook. I just wanted to show that there's no thunderstorms today, so that's why I didn't take a look at that. But if we look at the excessive rainfall outlook, we aren't really seeing much in the way of flash flooding today, at least for today. Well, actually, we actually do have a slight risk. Sorry, I didn't know there was a slight risk up here, but I mean, I guess some of this rain could definitely continue through today and into some of the nighttime hours. But even yesterday, we did have a moderate risk for flash flooding across Hartford, even getting into or Centster, something like that, but I'm not really sure how to read that city. But even Springfield, Massachusetts, including in this moderate risk. So if you guys do live in this moderate risk, or if you guys did live in this moderate risk yesterday, you guys might have experienced some flash flooding. So I'm not really sure if you guys really saw flash flooding or not, but if you did, you guys can, same thing, you guys can let me know in the comments about how tomorrow we went with the flash flooding. So if you guys do have a video about that, like I say, you guys can send it to me in the comments below, but only if possible. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys the wind gust forecast, and as you can probably see, like I said, wind gusts will be seen at around 50 miles per hour in the Cape Cod area of Massachusetts. Then as we continue to take this forward, as you see, those wind gusts will head out pretty quick, and we'll kind of stop seeing some wind gusts. But if we look at the GFS model, let's see what that shows. The GFS model shows a little bit higher wind gusts across this area, especially around Provincetown, Massachusetts. But if we do take this forward, as you can probably see, we actually did see a 61 right there, and even another 61 right there. So the GFS model is saying there is some higher wind gusts across this area, but the Euro seems to be seeing more in the way of the lower 50 wind gusts. And what I mean by that is wind gusts will likely only be like 51, 52, or even 53 miles per hour across this area with the Euro, but with the GFS we're seeing as high as 62 in some areas. So something to really watch and be aware about, but I'm not really sure if we're really seeing that high of a wind gust because of the Euro, because the Euro wasn't even showing that high wind gust. So I kind of do agree with the Euro a little bit better, but let's look at the HRR model and see what it says. It's saying we're only seeing 40 mile per hour wind gusts as of right now, around 7 a.m. But I mean, it's pretty like there's a pretty big difference across each of the models, because first of all, the Euro was showing lower 50s, the GFS model was showing as high as lower 60s, and then the HRR model was showing as as low as the 40s. So I mean, we'll definitely have to see if we're really seeing those that high or that low of wind gusts, but I don't think we're really seeing that high or that low wind gusts. I'm probably gonna say they're most likely gonna be in the 50s because it kind of makes sense with the model difference. But we're gonna go ahead and show you guys the alert, and if you guys look from that moderate risk being issued yesterday, we did see several flash flood warnings in effect for Maine and even Massachusetts, Connecticut, and even Rhode Island. And if you guys and I might have said this already, but Hartford, the most populated city in Connecticut, is definitely seeing some flash flooding. Is definitely seeing some flash flooding since yesterday, and it sounds like some of that could have still continued into today. So something to still keep being aware about. But even down here, we do have some freeze warnings in effect. Now, I am gonna be honest with you guys. I'm kind of concerned that this is the only area that's really going to be seeing freezing temperatures. And I mean, we're seeing like warmer air across this area and then colder air across this area. But I mean, if this is really the only area that's like we're going to be seeing freezing temperatures compared to the rest of the United States, it's just going to be nuts. Besides, we do have a freeze warning effect for those areas. But I mean, this might just be an effect because this is one of their first times really freezing. But I mean, I don't I don't know. I don't understand how some of the United States would have to be warm and some would have to be cold. But like I said, El Nino is affecting that, so we'll have to like really watch closely for more things like that to happen, which is kind of like I'd probably say it's a little bit rare for the South to see cold and then the North to see warmth. So definitely be aware of that. But even up here in New England, like I said, some flash flood warnings in effect. Same goes for flash flood watches, even up here into like New York, even all of Vermont, and then northern New Hampshire, northern Maine, seeing some pretty good winter weather advisories, and even some winter storm watches in effect. So and winter storm warnings in effect as well. Even for West Virginia, seeing some winter weather advisories and even some winter storm warnings in effect for those areas. But if we look at the radar, we're going to take us all the way back, and as you can probably see, that storm has just about headed out of the northeast, and as we continue to take this forward, some isolated snowfall possible for some areas, but as you see, the storm continues to strengthen and even bring some rain to like Oklahoma and Texas, and that will continue to strengthen, bring in some pretty good thunderstorms across, like let's say Amarillo, gain into almost San Antonio, Texas, even the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then heading all the way down Louisiana, and then pretty much heading out. But even this storm right here is showing that storms will move up the east coast, and I mean that's pretty significant right there, guys. And if we take that back, don't you guys remember the storm back there that headed out? That storm is gonna continue to head out, and then it's gonna continue to grow, and then it's gonna infect New England. So pretty big, long-lasting storm, guys. And I mean, we could definitely be talking more flood events up here, especially because it's showing just rainfall, and we're heading all the way out to December 18th, which is pretty much exactly a week out from now. So potentially seeing the storm really act like that. And as you can probably see, usually with El Nino, we see these storms ride up the east coast, which does make quite a bit of sense. But yeah, definitely something to be aware about. But if we look at the current approach and center outlook, we are seeing above average temperatures for a good portion of the United States. We're seeing kind of slightly below down here in Texas, and like I said, I kind of don't like how the northern part of the United States is seen above while the southern part is seen below. It's pretty unusual. And like I said, El Nino is definitely making that happen. But the 8 to 14 day outlook, we're seeing above for pretty much the majority of the United States. But if we look at the 6 to 10 day outlook with precipitation, we are seeing pretty well below average precipitation across places like Michigan, places like north, or southwest Michigan, pretty good portion of Indiana, almost all of Illinois, eastern Iowa, eastern Missouri, and then southern Wisconsin, seeing pretty good chances for below average precipitation, but even around that, still a pretty good chance, and then up here, even very good chance as well. So definitely be aware of that. But if we look at the precipitation outlook, we're just gonna go ahead and head pretty much to the middle of it, and as you see, all these areas just miss out on that rainfall, guys. And I mean, Louisiana is getting quite a bit of rainfall, which is good because they are in that Septentrial belt. But what about like Mississippi, Tennessee, even Indiana and Illinois? They're just all needing the rainfall, guys. Like that moderate drought. I think we really could use that rain due to that moderate drought up here. But even down here, still the drought's continuing, guys. The soil is still completely dry, so we could definitely be using more in the way of rain. But like, look up here, guys. Only like Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico only getting some rainfall. All other areas besides the East Coast are seeing some pretty low rainfall. And what I mean by that is lots of these areas aren't even seeing as much as like a few tenths of an inch of rainfall. They're seeing more like pretty much less than a tenth of an inch, to be honest. So definitely something to be aware about. So I mean, dry conditions kind of do help down here in Tennessee due to that tornado that happened there, but we still need to be aware about some like active wildfires possible. So we'll have to see how dry it really gets here. But from like all the way to like the end of it, it is showing some rainfall going up for like the Ohio Valley and stuff, which is good, but I mean that still is like very little rainfall, guys. That's like a little less than an inch in some areas, so we could definitely use the rainfall a lot, but we'll have to see. If we look at the total snowfall, we are seeing very low snowfall. Look how many people miss out on that, guys. Look, guys, not very much of Montana, not very much of Wyoming. I mean, some of the some areas of Idaho are seeing beneficial amounts, but look, Washington, Oregon, even Utah, and even like Nevada and even like Arizona, I'm really missing out on that snowfall, guys. But even back here, snowfall possible for like Virginia, West Virginia, and then moving up the coast. So really, New England seeing the best and most active snowfall. But even back here into the California mountains, seeing some pretty good snowfall across that area. That might be the best place to go skiing. But like all other areas, not even seeing a good amount of snowfall across any of these areas back here out in the Rockies. Just seeing about a few inches to pretty much a foot at the most. Yeah, a foot at the most is what we can expect. But if we look at the expired warnings, guys, we are seeing some pretty good warnings, or I mean, we did see some pretty good warnings yesterday across a lot of these areas. We did see some tornado warnings in effect for these areas, and if we really look at them, I'm sorry I can't show you guys this tornado warning, but yesterday we saw like an observed tornado around the Raleigh region, guys. At least this tornado warning down here did say we did see an observed tornado. So I mean, I'm kind of surprised about that, but like even like if we don't see that happen, or I mean even if we didn't see a tornado down there, that's good, but I'm not sure what it says it there. So that's what I'm saying. There just has to be an observed tornado down there. So if there was one, there was probably a very small one, more like an EF0 tornado, which probably only brought a few areas of major damage, but other than that, not really a big tornado over there. And yesterday wasn't even a tornado outbreak or anything, so I don't think it's like gonna be that active, to be honest. But I mean, we'll have to keep watching for more storms later on. But yesterday didn't seem to be that active because we only saw a few tornado warnings, and then mostly and then mostly special marine warnings, so definitely be aware of that. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please stay safe from those damaging winds out there, at least up to 60 miles per hour with the GFS model, so those will definitely be possible. But even with the Euro and HRR model, be aware of like 40 and even 50 mile per hour wind gusts occasionally, but definitely be aware of those if you do live in the Cape Cod area of Massachusetts. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll do one tomorrow.